Okay, we're live and Kamba Energy is up 34.55% in this pre-market session of the 8th of October. So far we have some heavy volumes going on here. Let's see whether we can get what this sort of volumes are like. This we have here. Okay, this I think is this the pre-market or the previous market. Let's see what's going on here, what the volumes are like. Let's see. We have, is it okay? I don't think this is okay. This is from the previous volume. I think 900 or close to 1 billion. This is crazy. I mean, we all know this stock has been the most active for several sessions now. It's been the number one stock. It's been the most active stock for several sessions now. So if you just joined us, thank you very much. Leave a comment. Let us know if there's any stock you want us to have a look at. So this is the pre-market session. The stock is definitely on the move there. You can see it trading, okay, just slightly pulling back now. Slightly pulling back at 2.350. It has lost some of that gain. It's just cooled off slightly, lost about 1% or 2% or thereabout now. Yes, if you just joined us, thank you very much. Okay, it's it's gradually inching up again. Up has now gained around 3.15% since we removed our eyes from it. So the stock is definitely strongly bullish. We saw that it retraced in the session of it started retracing, I think, from the 1st of October up till the 6th. 1st of October to the 6th. That was a couple of sessions, constantly depreciating and decaying, and reached $0.92, and then yesterday it began to move. Now to date, now the second session in this pre-market, it's moving. It's gained 33.71% so far. Some are speculating that it's a pump and dump. Yes, thank you very much. We have two persons. Give us your thumbs up. Let's get going. Let's get them know that something is going on here. This is where it is happening. CI, and indeed, if you have any other stock you want us to have a look at, leave it in the comment, and let's get going, man. Let's see what's going on. Let's go. Let's keep going. Yeah, has now gained another 1%. This is crazy. This stock has, it's been the most active. I mean, so far now, I think in that last session, 960 million shares crossed the tape in that session. It's crazy. And in the previous sessions, the volumes have been in several hundreds of millions. I'm sure by now the total volume that has crossed this tape, the tape of this stock, has probably reached 3 billion since since how many weeks ago? It's getting to 2 weeks. This stock has just not gone away. It's just not going away. Even when it was retracing, it was still, the volumes were unbelievable. Yes, we got 3 likes. And if there's any stock you want us to have a look at as well while we are here, let's have a look at them as well. Yeah. So there are other stocks I think that might be interesting that might be of interest to you. Let's look at Vxrt. Vxrt Inc. up 8.46%, not doing very much right now. So let's quickly have a look at Riot before we just come back to CEI. Riot's blockchain up 2.41%, not as exciting. BEM. Beem Global up 2.27%. So let's quickly return to CEI and see what's going on there, and see whether we can get some Fibonacci forecasts and see where the stock is likely to extend to. So let's use the more static chart here. So right now this stock is trading at 2.38, so this is where it's somewhere in between here, somewhere in between 2.5 and 2.0. So, and we saw that it extended by, this is again how much it's gained, roughly 70, okay, call it 80 cents in that session. So another 80 cents. Can it gain another 80 cents? It has. What has it gained already now? So far, let's say we can easily see that it has gained 0.59, 60 cents. So easily there's a good chance it can still gain more than that. But at the same time as well, we've seen what goes on of late. When the market opens, the guys who are participating right now might just take their money off. It's if you want, you could say yes, it could be some sort of pump and dump, but well, almost every stock is a pump and dump. You pump it and you exit to other things. So well, what are the chances that it will extend further? There's every chance. There's every chance of that happening. Let's just simply use this. Okay, the difference between where it's currently, or rather where it began in the previous in the session of yesterday, the 7th, and where it closed is roughly, like I said, about 80 cents. So 0.8 times 2.168 will give you 1.73 plus 1.78, 3.5144. So going by what happened yesterday, there's every chance that this stock can extend to what did we get here? 3.514. It can easily do that. It has exceeded. That's not even close to where it actually exceeded before. It reached $3.8. So getting to 3.517, that's within what the sort of things it has done before. So right now the stock, as it is now, technically CEI is a buy, but at the same time as well, it's hard to say that it's on fire right now. The momentum is there and all that stuff. But the reason why I'm saying it's hard to say that, because everybody's buying right now. It's very risky to get involved as well. But technically, based on what we're seeing based on where it stops, which is not exactly what is going on live. What is going on live is totally different. So let's see whether we can get a much more a live picture from this daily model. This daily model is not reflecting that, so it will be somewhere here, and going by this 2.37. It has now exceeded all of its moving averages, all of them, and that actually, yes, it does actually indicate, yes, that the momentum is there. It has pulled back. Unfortunately, it pulled back, and it fell below all of its moving averages, including the 200-day moving average, which wasn't exactly very wonderful, but it's redeeming itself. It's redeeming itself, and moving up. So yes, going by that, by that sort of measure, you can say yes, it's doing well. It's a good buy. It pulled back and is exceeded its previous close and is extending. The oscillators are indicating there's some strength there. Okay, well, the oscillator based on where things ended wasn't exactly, this RSI wasn't exactly wonderful, but we have seen that the fast line of this 14-period slow stochastic oscillator has crossed this low line, which is an indication of some bullishness. So what you want to see is an opportunity for you to get involved when others are also coming back to get involved, even though the best time, the best opportunity, the best moves usually when others are going away. When it fell that all the way to $0.92, that would have been the best time to get involved. And but all in all, things are improving. Going by certain standards, it is definitely a buy. But at the same time, it's highly risky. There's a reason why it's just been on the radar of almost every trader, name it, or it's just been the most active stock. It's going to, like it did, appreciate and depreciate. So yeah, just see what you make of it. But at the same time, I'm saying two things. Technically, it looks sound, but at the same time, it's also highly risky as well. Yeah. Okay, so it's just not moving that much, sustained at $2.37. Okay, let's quickly have a look at other stocks. Let's look at MIC. Okay, we got that wrong. Okay, let's look at Ccxi. Chemocentrics Inc. up 86 points. That is unbelievable. This is highly volatile here, man. See how we just saw it. Well, this is unbelievable. I mean, it's just gaining and losing value like mad here. Ccxi stock up 79.80%. Let's find out what is behind this rally. Ccxi stock. Yes, if you just joined us, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up. Let's get going. We are looking at CEI, but we're also looking at Ccxi. It's another stock on the move. We just want to find out what is behind this rally. It's run up now. It's up 80.36%. Let's find out what is behind this. Okay. Okay, we're on Zacks right now. And what are they saying about Ccxi? Chemocentrics. Okay. Okay, it's the approval of his vasculitis drug, Avacopan, in Japan last week. Investors are presumably anticipating a positive update from the FDA relating to the approval of the drug, which is expected soon. The company's share price is likely to have surged in anticipation of potential approval for Avacopan in the United States. Okay, so that's what's behind this rally. It's it had its drug Avacopan approved in Japan. So yes, that is why the stock is in the move right now. It's 2.24%. That's the gain. Yeah, let's get going. Let's see what happened in the previous session. We can see it here on Charles Schwab. Ccxi. Yes, if you're there, if you want us to have a look at any stock, just leave it in the comment. Let's get going. It doesn't have to be about what I'm looking at right now. The other stocks, there are many other stocks you have that are of interest to you. Leave it there. Leave a comment. Let's get going. Let's have a look at it. Okay, Ccxi. Let's see what's happened. So you can see since the stock fell, it fell sharply sometime in May. Since that time, you can see that it has been improving gradually and modestly. The upward the upward ascent has been a very sustainable one. Not the steep ones we see with some other stocks. You can see how it's like ascending nicely with a very low angle of attack. With this sort of movement, it just keeps on feeding on itself. You can see that it has sustained this movement for how many months now? This is from May to October. That's what, more than 4 months. So it's just been doing well, even though the underlying trend for the stock is very much bearish, but it is definitely improving within a longer term downward trend. The stock is definitely below its 200-day moving average easily. This stock, technically it is a buy. Just looking at the technicals, it is a buy. The other indicators may say other things, but the stock is just looking sound. It will continue to feed on itself if provided disruptors don't come, and they can come not just in the form of short sellers. They can also come in the form of what we are seeing right now. The stock is rallying. It may change the pattern of the stock. You can see that it has now rallied to its 36.6%, $36. It has now, that is a sudden departure from pattern. It's broken away. It's now up here. You can see that. So this may or may not be good for the stock. May or may not be good, for it. But based on where it closed on the 7th of October, at that time things were really good. It was just extending nicely. The quantitatives and the technicals were just feeding on themselves, and it would just continue. It just continued to move on like that. We have seen stocks that have been on this sort of slope, very descent slope, very low angle of attack, and extending for even more than a year, up to 2 years. Because when you just look at the chart, you say this is just a bullish stock. It just keeps doing well. The quants or the machines of even big investors and traders see the same thing, and they put their money. So, but we just hope this pattern hasn't just ruined it for the stock, because it definitely we're looking at very high volumes, and with that also comes retracements, and well, it may or may not ruin things for the stock, but all in all, it's on the move right now. But going by what is going on right now, we wouldn't really recommend that you jump in and start buying the stock right now. Just have a look and see what's going to happen in the main session. So yeah, let's quickly have a look at Palt. Okay, Palt is up 6.41% in this pre-market session. Yes, okay. Okay, that's all. Okay, exactly. This is also another stock that was extending nicely and modestly, relentlessly at that as well. You know, since exactly 1 year ago, since the 9th of October last year, it has been moving up. You can see that a very reasonable, sustainable angle of attack. You can see that if you measure this angle now, it will give you something like 15 degrees, but if you can see that this is 90 degrees easily. If you throw a stone up vertically, it's going to fall back, but when you throw it like this, it's going to go far away, it's going to go further. You can see that. So indeed, as well, it goes up, it's actually further, but it's not never really sustained. So we have seen it pull back, fortunately enough as well. If it just got support from its 10-day moving average, very good. It never fell below that moving average, which is good. When the machines, the quants, technicians see this, they say this is really good, and then they put money, and it keeps on going up, and it went up again. It went up in that last session of the 7th of October. Today the 9th in this pre-market. Sorry, today the 8th is moving up again. The quantitatives, the technicals just is presenting the stock as having what it takes. It's doing well. It's not collapsing. The retracement has come to an end. It seems it's going to resume or continue that upward push that began. When did it start? It started on the 24th of September and went on for a couple of sessions till the 30th of September. And just like CEI, it started pulling back from the 1st of October up till the 6th of October as well. But unlike CEI, Palt got support from its 10-day moving average. So, and which is really good. The certain market analysts or technicians want to see the stock pull back just above very important support lines like the 10 and 20-day moving average, and it did just that, even though it's just right on the 10-day moving average. So yeah, it's got the momentum, and it was active in that last session of the 7th of October. Okay, let's return and see what's going on there. Up 4.72%. Okay, let's quickly have a look at NTRB. Nutribrand. Okay, it's on the move out as well, but we don't have any figures. So let's look at Aehr. Aehr test systems up 5.34%. Let's see if there's any news behind this move on Aehr. Okay, it's announced that it successfully completed its previous announced $25 million at the market offering. A total of 1.7 million shares were sold at an average of $14.73 per share, and the gross proceeds of to the company were $25 million before commission fees and offering fee expenses. The estimated net proceeds to the company are commission fees and estimated offering expenses were $24 million. So okay, could that be what's behind this rally? Okay, well, it's on the move right now, up 5.34%. So let's look at let's see if we can have a look at the chart and see what it was like. Okay, let's refresh. Aehr. Yes, if you just joined us, thank you very much. Leave us a thumbs up and let's get going. We're looking at Aehr test systems. We're also looking at Ccxi and Ccxi. So before we come back to them, we're just quickly having a look at Aehr. You can see. Some time ago, just not long ago, that was as at the 1st of October, it pulled below its 10-day moving average, but picked it up from there and has continued to rally since that time, and is now still on the move again. The stock is easily strongly bullish, but it has a very steep angle of attack, extending bullishly, but it's been able to sustain it. You can see that it has a history of climbing and never really crashing, so it works for it. Even though this is the first time October 1st was the first time it fell below its 10-day moving average. It's the first time it fell below that since when? Since August. Okay, so it had a sustainable run with slight corrections, and only once did it fall below that 10-day moving average. So easily this stock can be construed as a buy. Technically, it has the competence. It has proven that the investors that are involved in it are not taking their money away. They are in it for the long haul. A good number of them are in it for the long haul. So easily, if you see a stock that people are not so fast, they're not taking their money away so fast, it's easily a buy. If pension funds are investing in a stock, they're not taking their money easily, or they're not taking their money away the next day, easily that stock, amongst other things, is a buy because of fundamental reasons. And we have seen that the technicals are painting a picture of what the fundamentals are like for the stock. So I'm not recommending that you buy it, even though I've been saying, I said that as well, but you have to decide for yourself if it's a buy or not. But the technicals indicate the stock is easily okay, maybe take my word back. The technicals imply that the stock is a buy, but at the same time as well, there's also the possibility of it crashing. It has a very steep angle of attack, but you know, these are the things you have to balance, you know, the pros and the cons and all that stuff. So before we go any further, let's quickly return and see what's going on with CEI. Yes, thank you very much. If you just joined us, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up. Let's get going. Let's get the likes to where we now. Let's make it 4 likes. If you're there, just give us a thumbs up. Let's get going. Thank you very much. Let's get going. So CEI still around where it is when we started this live session, around this $2.36, $2.37 mark, and it has run up this 32.58% in this post pre-market session. The stock obviously has been the most active for several sessions now. The most active stock, right, up to date, is still the most active. You know, in the last session, it ran up a gain of about 900 something billion. Let's see whether we still have the figure. Okay, it's losing some value now. You can see 961 million. That was the value, the volume for it, that last session. Even when it was retracing, it was still knocking up very high volumes. Even when it was retracing, it was still the most active stock out there in the 2 markets, Nasdaq, name it, all the markets, all the markets. It was still the most active, you know. So the next one is CCIX. Ccxi. Chemocentrics up 79.85. Okay, so let's look at the 1-minute model. If you have any stock you want us to have a look at, just put it in the comment box. Let's you know, have a look at it. Up 75.15. It has lost some steam already. Okay, so let's quickly go ahead and look at TKNO, Alpha Technova Inc. It's okay, down 0.5%. NFE, yes, thank you very much. If you just join us, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and let's see what it is you want us to have a look at. If there's any stock, let's have a look at it. New Fortress up 0.3%, not very much. So let's return to CEI. Kamba Energy. This stock is just not going away. It's just not going away, and it's at it again. It's up 28.65%, but there's no guarantee it will continue to run up in the main session of today, the 8th of October. There's no guarantee. You know, at some point we saw it trade at 2.37. It has now retraced to 2.29. So it's getting some support from its, I think it's getting some support from its 50-day moving average, I think. So it's been moving sideways now for some time now, and it's moving sideways, and right now momentum is quite poor. Momentum is quite poor. The fast line is below the slow line for this 14-period slow stochastic oscillator, and the RSI is somewhere at 45.46. But the good thing is that it's not crashing, it's just moving sideways. Yes, thank you very much for joining us. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know if there's any stock you want us to have a look at. We're looking at CEI, Ccix, or Ccxi, one of those. And indeed, anyone you have in mind you want us to have a look at, we can always have a look at them. So let's look at Vxrt, Vxrt. Vxrt Inc. is up 6.06%, but it's retracing now below all of its moving averages based on this 1 minute model. The 1 minute model is the closest you can get to what's going on live, right? So that's what is going on with Vxrt. It's lost some value right now, so not doing so well. So let's look at Ccxi, Chemocentrics. The news is that one of its drugs, avocapan or whatever it is, has been approved in Japan, and market participants expect that will be the case in US. So it's up 78.01%. So if you're there, thank you very much for just joining us. We have five viewers. Just please, let's get that likes to 8 if you don't mind. Let's get going. Leave your thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, you want us to have a look at AMPY? Okay, let's look at AMPY. Amplify Energy. Okay, we have 4 likes. Let's get it up to 9, please. Let's get going. Okay, Amplify is up 2.35%, so it's just been moving sideways in this live session. So let's see whether we can come up with any sort of extensions where it's probably likely to extend to AMPY forecasts and name it. So let's have a look and see what we can find from AMPY. Okay, you can see now it's trading at $3.48, which is a gain of 2.35%. So is there any news? That's also something we have to find out. AMPY. Amplify Energy. Let's see quickly whether there's any news. Okay, I think the news is quite old. Okay, so not so fresh. So let's see whether we can make forecasts here. Okay, good thing is you can see it's also a very good stock. I can see what we're saying here. It's when these disruptors come. These disruptors, they're not just the short sellers. It also includes you and I who want to take advantage of a stock that's performing well technically. You can see that since when? Since November, early November last year, it was extending nicely. This sort of angle of attack it has, it's quite decent. It's not a very steep one, and then suddenly sometime in what was that? Ending of last month, they came in and they, you can see. I think what may have attracted them is the relatively small float. 37 million shares outstanding. The float would even be less than that or smaller than that. So they came in and they knocked it up, took it out of pattern. You can see this is not the usual pattern it has had. Oh, okay, well, graphically, yes, it doesn't look like the sort of pattern it has. But even because the reason why I'm saying that is that down here, a move from here to here might be 100%, but it doesn't look like much. But here it could just even be, let's say, 30%. So, but even at that, the graphics, everything's part of it all, but it's okay. Let's have a look and see what happened here. $3.87 to 5.72. That looks like a lot. That looks like up to 50%, so in a few sessions. So, but and given all the volumes, it fell. Good thing as well, even though it fell, it's not a very good one. Fell because it fell below all of its moving averages. It's just an indication that what happened there was not regular. People came in to pump it, and that's probably why it fell and fell badly. Some of those who were there, kept their money nicely, they were disillusioned by what happened, and but good thing they're coming back. This is really good. This is really good. This is a very nice place to, start adding if you're already there, or if you want to add. Technically, it is absolutely a buy. We don't know I don't know what the fundamentals are for AMPY. Technically, it is, without any equivocation, it is a buy. Trading at the discount to all of its short and intermediate moving averages. It pulled back. It found a support just below $3, and it is moving up again. And it moved up in the previous session, higher than the previous session. So that is, it gained more than what it gained on the 6th of October, and it seems like it's going to add more to that. So momentum is easily doing well. So let's quickly dive down here and see what the oscillators are indicating. Okay, the oscillators are still indicating that it's still oversold. Not very wonderful technically, but if you want to wait for the first line of this oscillator to cross the slow line, it might get it might become a little bit more late, or it may become late. So right now, that oscillator is not exactly indicating very much strength, but at the same time, we're not just going to rely on them strictly. We are just betting that you can see it has this history of over almost close to 1 year of doing well nicely. So there's every chance it will continue to extend. So without any equivocation, before the oscillators begin to indicate that it is a buy, we're saying it is a buy. So easily it is a buy. If you're going to get involved, just know the sort of money you're going to put in it, and let's get going. Okay, we have 6 persons there in this live session. Let's get this likes up to 12. Give you a thumbs up and let's get going now. So let's return and see what's going on with AMPY. Yes, it's just gained 0.29. It doesn't matter, don't worry. 0.29 doesn't look like a lot, but when the session starts, it might add more. Even if it doesn't add more, I'm still going to call the stock a buy. The history it had up till now, which is up to almost 1 year of relentless extension, it's not going to be erased. That history is still very, very relevant, and if it doesn't continue to extend now, it will definitely do so sometime. And okay, I forgot to mention this. I forgot to give you a price target. So going by what the recent history, you can see we have this huge retracement. So it's do we ignore it? It's relevant. It's very relevant. So can we factor that into what's going on to find to estimate the sort of levels we expect it to get up to? Yes, it's important. So we're going to use it. We're not going to ignore it. So it fell from up there to 325. So it fell from 575 to 325. Let's find that figure. 575 to 325. 5.75. We have 2.5. So we have a difference of 2.5. So we're not just going to use that alone. Let's also get this. It extended from 2.89 to 3.4. So that's 2.89 to 3.4. That's where let's find the difference. So we have a difference of 0.51. So we find a difference between, we have two differences now. I mean, the reason why we're doing that is it retraced sharply, so we are going to find the differences in those prices, and they also extended. So we're going to find add 2.5 to 0.5. We have 3, and the average of that is 1.5. So 1.5, we use 1.5 as the difference in finding what the extension levels, the Fibonacci extensions levels will be like. So we will now multiply 1.5 by 2.168. It will give you 3.252. So if you add 3.25 to 3.4, it will give you 6.652. So this is the sort of expectation we have now. So it's even with the figure we're getting now is actually indicating that it will even extend beyond where it actually was. It actually this 52-week high. So this is based on how it has retraced. It retraced sharply, and of late also it has also extended by a reasonable amount. So the stock is volatile now. So given all of that volatility, we expect it to also remain volatile. So it may or may not be so, but our price target is 6.652 for AMPY stock. Okay, so you want us to have a look at a good price target to enter CEI. Okay, let's return to CEI and see where we can get involved. Okay, Monacast 1. Okay, so if you're there, leave your thumbs up. Let's get going. Let's find out. You want to have a look. You want to get an idea of this sort of level, the sort of price you would want to get involved in from. Okay, so let's refresh and get what's latest. Okay, so it's obviously this is not where it is right now. It's at 1 minute. It's at $2.32. So where would be a good place to get involved? Okay, so I think from where it is right now, 2.3, it will put it up here. Absolutely. Okay, by certain measures, if the market opens, it is a good time, it's a good place to enter, because it at this sort of levels, if it hasn't escaped from this sort of prices, you can see that it's at it's in between the 10 and the 20-day moving average. That's good. At least still trading at a discount to the 10-day moving average. The 10-day moving average is indicating a price of 10-day moving average is indicating a price of $2.58, and it's at 2.32. Yes, easily that's a good position, a good point to enter, and that is on one hand. On the other hand, the reason why it's also a good hand to enter, we can see evidently that momentum is not a question about CEI stock. It's not lacking in that direction. Volumes are just abnormal. So given all of that, it's a stock that retraced below all of its moving averages, and it has rallied in the past session and is continuing now. So by some technical measures, that is good. It has proven that the rally it ran up that ended on the 30th of September is likely to has resumed. It's likely to continue. So if you want to get involved when the market opens, indeed, but obviously we don't exactly know whether that's going to be sustained or whether it's going to pull back or not. But technically, you're entering when others are also coming in as well, so you're following the stream and you're going up. And at the same time as well, if you have to add in, like we indicated, it's still trading at a discount to its 10-day moving average. That it's just an indication that even at some point it was even trading higher than what it is, and obviously yes, it was at some point it reached $3.58. So yes, easily at this sort of levels, if the market opens, if you have access, it's not a bad time to enter. It's also optionable as well, so you can always let's see whether we can look at the options. Okay, yes, we're going to look at the options quickly. Yes, there's every chance that it can retrace as well. There's every chance. So that's always why always have this mindset of you mustn't win every trade, and give it some time as well. Amongst other things, we're not even looking at the fundamentals of CEI. We have right now we have energy crisis. You know that, you know. So these Kamba energy is associated with oil and all that stuff. So even though I think also it's also talking about renewables and all that stuff, but it's still involved. It has an interest in an oil, strictly oil related stock. Company, or business. So yes, it's relevant right now. So if it doesn't do well now, I believe it will still extend. Beyond, if you get in at what it is now, 2.32, and it doesn't run today, there's every chance it will run in subsequent sessions. So the stock is not going away. And yes, if it retraces, yeah, and if you're not comfortable, you can always exit it and see what you can do from there on. So we have the options here. So somebody said, okay, you want to buy a contract? Yes, you can decide. Yes, and they are cheaper. For you to get involved with this, it's only $50. Well, indeed. Also, you can also buy. See what it makes. $50. You expose yourself to 100 shares, but $50 will not get you 100 shares if you buy the stock itself. So yeah, decide what it is you're going to do. Yes. These will expire next week. This October 15. So you look at the November 19. They are a lot more dated. They are expiring further away. So sure, you can decide which one it is. You can. The good thing is that the stock is has been active enough to ensure that the spreads between the ask and the bid is not that bad. You can see that. So you can decide which contract you want to get involved in. The $3 strike is not bad at all. The $4 strike is also not that bad. And right now we don't have the figures because the market hasn't opened. If not, we will see what the volumes and open interests are, and then okay, we can always have a look elsewhere and see what the volumes are like, and see what people are speculating, because it gives us an idea of what's going on. The options, it to some extent shows us the direction, where people are expecting it to go. Okay, you got it. Okay, 1.48. Yes, sounds like a good buy for CEI, and then but you got in at 3.41. Yeah, there's a good chance you can get there, but you if you're not comfortable with the 3.41, by all means decide whether you're going to close it or not. Yeah. The important thing is that you're in the market. You will win some and you will lose some for sure. No matter how careful, no matter how you have calculated it, even if you know what everybody's going to do, and you're even you're trading with inside information, you're still gonna get burnt somehow. Yes, let's go CEI. That's right. That's it. That's it. We have a position there as well. We have to indicate that to you. Yes, not a lot, but something. Yes, and so yes, we have a better picture here of the options. They look interesting, and it's you're not going to find a lot of stocks that are penny stocks and have options. It's so wonderful. So look at the November 19 series. They're so attractive. I don't know. I mean, I've not. They're just. I mean, it just looks attractive. They're penny stocks. You can buy the options. So with only $35, you can open a contract, and you can see what's going on here. $2, the most popular. It's exceeded that now. So the next one is the $3, 6,000, the $4. So yeah, people are expecting it to extend. Yeah, they are, but it's the volumes, the most activity is in the October 15 series, the ones that are expiring next week. I think the most popular is the same one as well, the $2 strike, followed by the $3 and $4. And yes, by all means, take up a contract. Not a lot of money. If you buy a contract of $50, I think if you lose $50, you're still going to go your account. I mean nothing. The world's not going to end. Decide what it is. Where you're going to end. Where you enter. Which one it is. And yes, get going. Oh yes, you have Schwab as well. Schwab, there's no equivocation. With all due respect to all the other platforms, Charles Schwab is by far the deepest. Research tools, it is by far the broadest. Name it. I'm not. They are not paying me for this, but we usually don't use any other thing. Indeed, in future, we may use other tools, but by far they are the best. So okay, yeah, okay, we okay, we okay, Webull, okay, they have pre-market. Yes, on Charles Schwab as well, you can trade on pre-market, but I think their policy is that they just hold on to the orders till the market opens. Because obviously sometimes it's not always the same, and sometimes the price indications they carry on. But sometimes what you see in the pre-market may not be what's going to what will be obtainable in the main session. So I think I read somewhere about their policy. They're not very big on the pre-market session and all that, pre and post-market session. That is a Charles Schwab. We have 7 likes. Can we get it to 14? We have 7 people there. We have 7 likes. I think if you add that up to take it up to 14, let's get going, folks. Let's return and see what is going on with CEI. It's okay, just moving, consolidating that move, that extension, moving sideways slightly. There's no guarantee that it will continue to extend in the main session. There's no guarantee about that. That's for sure. Okay, so let's look at Ccxi. If you have any other stock you want us to have a look at, just leave it there and let's go. Okay, the Wi-Fi is patchy now, so let's see if CCI has options. Ccxi. Chemocentrics, it has okay, it has option. It's optionable as well. Its drug has been approved in Japan, I think, and people are expecting that or speculating that it will be approved in the US as well. so it's slightly more expensive than a CI, so the options are definitely they will cost more to buy. But I think we can see that the most popular is this $25 strike, and the stock has it not exceeded that? What's the price like? You can see that 34.17. It's almost as if these guys knew that this will be they expected that it would extend at least close to $25, and they just got that right, because the stock has now reached this strike 35 almost $35. So those ones will have added a lot of value now. So yes, and also what's also behind that, you can see this is a stock that is optionable. All of those things, they combine. That's why, amongst other things, CI hasn't gone away. You can see that the options, people are attacking it from the options and also from the stock. So market makers are equally scrambling, and market participants are buying. And so the stock has just not gone away. It has not gone away, and left to me, I would say I don't want it to go away. Okay, so yes, I forgot to mention that options, they are all, when you add that up, it has caused the stock to remain where it is, up there on everybody's radar. Ccxi, Chemocentrics, okay, up 76.28%, also moving sideways as well. So the market is opening in about 36 minutes or thereabout. So there's this we all know that also that there's the supply problems, the supply issues, especially in the US. You have and transportation ETFs exploding. The Baltic Index. Let's have a look at that. The Baltic Index. Nobody has actually looked at that for a long time. Suddenly, it has exploded. Baltic Index ETF. But in any case, if you can't find that ETF, but the point I'm trying to make is that some of those stocks, okay, we can get some of the stocks in that ETF. Old Dominion. Okay, yes, ODFL, Old Dominion Freight Line Inc. You can see the stock is, okay, it's very expensive for sure, no doubt about that, but it's just an illustration. I'm not I'm saying that you should buy it, but people are buying it for sure. And then there's this other penny stock one, Transnational Group Inc. TAMG. We're not recommending that you buy it as well, but it's on the move. It was slightly up yesterday, the 7th of October. You can see it's not it has not been doing so well. It's been moving sideways since April, and it retraced all the way to its this will be its 52-week low as at early September. But many people have found out that these are the sort of stocks you need to have in your portfolio. Transportation stocks. You can see it has moved up now, doing well. You can see it after it began to rally from the 10th of from the 9th of October. So 10th of September, it began to rally and reached above its 50-day moving averages, pulled back, and just found some support below the 20 and the 10-day moving average, and spiked up again as well. It reached where it was before. That's by some measures, that is good. I can now see that also when it retraced, it never fell again, never fell below all of those. It would never retrace like it did before, and it's extended up even beyond where it closed. So we're now seeing higher lows and lower highs for the stock. This is not a recommendation, but it's a sort of stock you need to have a look at. And not very many of them are penny stocks, and you can also see that there's he has something, some of the recent influencers like about some stocks, which is a relatively small float. You can see 38 million shares outstanding. The float is definitely going to be smaller than that, so keep this stock on your radar. And you can always put what is the cost is about not even up to 10 cents, not even up to 10 cents. You can put small amount of money there and see how things go. If it doesn't do well, maybe it's not going to cost you anything. So yeah, watch and see. Watch Transnational Group Inc. And we have not done any due diligence as well, but the fundamentals are very important for investing. But at the same time, the fundamentals are not enough. It is up to ultimately, it's like cooking the food. If you cook the food is good, but if nobody has tasted it, even if you have smelled it, it hasn't done the job. The job is for it to go into a system and enrich us and make us happy. So that is why the technicals are eating and digesting. The technicals and the quantitatives, they're eating and digesting. So that is why sometimes people, they look at stocks, they don't even talk about the fundamentals, because it's important to talk about the fundamentals. But just as I explained, the eating of the pudding is the ultimate thing. You can be a wonderful pudding, but if nobody has eaten it, it's just a pudding on the table. So that's what the technicals and the quantitatives are. If they are right, then it looks like it can give an impression that maybe the fundamentals may be improving or good enough. So okay, SDC, right? Okay, let's have a look at SDC. I got carried away there. I didn't see your chart there. SDC. Okay, let's see SDC. Smile Direct Club. Okay, it's down 1.97% in this pre-market session. So let's look at what's going on. Okay, for SDC, okay, the underlying trend is definitely bearish. You can see the stock was retraced. It's still going to be, it's going to play a major role in looking at the stock. It started to retrace sometime in what is it called? Sometime in late January of this year. Continue to do so. Even though at various times it tried to extend and extended beyond its 10-50 day moving average, but that was sometime in June or thereabouts. Yes, but retraced. But it still has, for some reason, there's there's a desire to move it up, and we have seen that again. It occurred again in September not long ago, and retraced again, and it's moving up again. And the good thing about it is that it's now higher than where it was before, higher than where it was sometime in the middle of last month. So is that a positive sign? Well, let's see what's going on with the technicals here. Yeah, okay, you can see the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is indicating that there are some bullish signals here. There are bullish signs here. The fast line of this momentum indicator is indicating that the fast line is ahead of the slow line. This is the blue line ahead of the orange line, which is a bullish sign. The RSI is also moving up at 58.8. So yes, it's good. It's a good indication. It's a good indication. So we saw it pull back, even though it pulled back ugly, and it has now continued to extend. And the good thing as well, it wasn't just a one session extension. It was over 2 sessions. That's good. It's you know, just like every other thing, you want it to be gradual. You don't want a very sudden one, and that was what happened. And we have of late now, we are now seeing slightly higher highs. So this where it closed, not yesterday but on the 6th, will probably be the highest it has closed since middle of September. So it retraced slightly, so yeah, it definitely have it on your radar. Things are improving. It has exceeded the 10 and 20-day moving averages. It's just an indication that buyers are right now in control. They have taken control, because obviously the history of the stock since early this year has been that the sellers totally took a stranglehold of the stock, and each time buyers tried to get involved, they were, they muzzled them and took their money out, took their money away. But gradually now they are coming back, and they have always done so gradually and modestly. But the underlying trend is just a reminder that those sellers are still very much in town. They are still part of the community, and they are waiting to devour the stock. So if you want to get involved, just be careful. Just be careful. And the best time would have been to buy it when it dipped below all of those moving averages. So there's every chance it can do that again, but the pattern may be that we can't exactly say for sure. That it may be that it will continue to cycle like that, down and up, and probably begin an upward trend. So that may be the case. So let's see whether we can give a forecast for this for SDC stock. So picking a price this high of 6.69 that occurred on the 17th of September, 6.69, and we pick a low of 5.68. we'll find a difference between the two of them. It will be 1.01. that's the difference. So we'll also find another difference, see whether we can use that as well, and find the average and use that. So we have this high of 5.98 as well, beginning from 5.98, and we use this low of 5.37, 5.27. so the difference will be 0.71. so we have two differences, 0.71 and 1.01. so if we add the two of them, we'll find the average. 1.01 0.71 is 1.72 divided by 1.72 is 0.86. so 0.86 times 2.168. okay, 2.168 is one of the extension level, one of the Fibonacci extension levels. There are higher ones, about 300 and something percent. So, but we're just using a modest figure of 216 200 what am I saying, 216.8%. So we're, you could also use even much more modest figures, 116.8 or 100%, as the case may be. So we are just using 216. It's not so modest, but so that will give us we have used that. Now we multiply that to that extension level, that is the 216.8% of 0.86. It gave us $1.86448. So if we add it to where it is right now, we can use the live figure. The live figure is 6.42. So plus 6.42, 6.42, we get we get a price of 8.2844. So is there any chance of SDC getting there? 2.8. Well, never say never. It looks quite ambitious, right? Isn't it? Yes, it does look quite ambitious. That's because we used a not so modest extension level. So if you use 100% extension level, which is just simple and sensible and just conventional, just 100%, yeah, it sounds realistic. So okay, if we have to do that, then we'll just get 0.86. So 0.86 added to where we are right now, added to 6.42 plus 6.4, okay, 6.47, it will give you $7.33. Another extension level, that is the 100% extension level. So obviously that Fibonacci is a set of natural numbers, so a lot of things occur in that pattern naturally. They spread out in that pattern naturally. If you look at what is it called, sunflower seeds, there's a pattern. They somehow, not accurately, but that's how the pattern is. It goes from the center of the flower, and it spreads out in that sort of pattern. So that's what's is in use here. So but obviously there's no guarantee that it will fall in that sort of pattern as well. So $7.33, it looks very much realistic. You can see that's just around here, so it's very much realistic. This stock has fallen from the highs of about $15. So it's definitely realistic. It's possible that it can happen. There's no guarantee that it will happen, but if it retraces, there's also a good chance that it will move up again. Yeah. Okay, so we have 9 likes. Can we just run it up to at least 12, just 12, 3 more likes, and let's get the likes to 12. So we have about 18 minutes before the session opens, the main session. So let's quickly have a look and see what CER is doing. Yes, CEI, definitely there's a good chance it can get interesting. Yes, it's now at 2.37. I don't think it has really crossed that price since this session. Okay, it reached 2.441 at some point. Yes, it reached 2.4093 at some point. So yes, it's moving up now. The gain is about 33.71. It has now departed from its short 10 and the 20-day moving average, on the move now again. All the moving averages are strongly bullish. The RSI, sorry, the 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is indicating that the stock is overbought. It's overbought now, and the fast line not so visibly, but it is ahead of the slow line on this 14 period slow stochastic oscillator. But the RSI is yet to reach 70, just at 68.07. Yeah, let's look at Ccxi. Ccxi. So if there's any stock you want us to have a look at, leave it in the comment box. Let's look at them. Chemocentrics is up 86.17%. Its drug was approved in Japan, so investors are expecting that it will also be approved in the US as well. So this has taken the stock out of pattern and it has now exploded away. There's every chance that in subsequent session it may retrace, because for every rally, there are people who want to make money, who want to grow their money, and you can't blame them, and they will come and join the party, and when they make some money, they will exit. So that's how it is, and you can't fault anybody for that, so but this is what's going on with the stock. It does extend, but not the sort of extension it has had now. In recent times it hasn't had it. In recent sessions it hasn't had it. So if it doesn't retrace, then it has moved up another level. It has moved up the extension. How would I put it now? It has elevated the trend from where it is to another one. So let's see whether we can find that from this daily model. You can see the trend was started to extend sometime in May. You can see. So if this right now, it's now trading at 36.15, so just somewhere here. If it doesn't retrace, then it would if it doesn't retrace and continues to extend nicely as it was doing since May, then it has moved up a gear. It has just picked up the trend and plugged it upwards. So that would be really good. That would be really good. So is there any chance that will happen? Well, who knows? But it's likely, just going by the fact that it has extended steeply. There's every chance that it will pull back again and maybe try to remain in this sort of direction and maybe continue to grow from there, or somewhere in between. So let's quickly have a look at other stocks that may or may not be that active. So if you're there, let's try to get the likes to hold double digits and counting. So let's look at the Vxrt, Vxrt. It's up 4.65%. Not very much is going on there, trading at a discount to all of its moving averages based on this 1 minute live model. So let's look at Riot. Riot blockchain. Riot blockchain up 2%, also trading below all of its moving averages, I think, apart from the 200-day moving average based on this 1 minute live model. So let's look at Beem. Beem Global. Beem Global is up 0.38%. Palt is another very interesting stock. The technicals, the chart is wonderful, very modest. You can see that extending nicely and quietly. This is the stuff of civilized people. permit me to say that, and it's not crazy, but that's what I'm trying to say. You can see how it's extending nicely. There's no madness here. Indeed, there's some extension, but it still pulled back and fell into pattern. Yesterday it rallied, and right now it's up 5.8%. Yes. Yeah, sorry for that interruption. So yes, it's I think there was some news. I'm not very sure what the news was, but even though you can see here that based on this 1 minute live model, it's okay. It's just temporary. It may not exactly be the whole picture. Let's look at the. Okay, let's have a look at it here on the website. We see what PALT is saying. So the market is opening in about 10 minutes. So we have 5 persons in the chat right now. Please, can we just double that? Can we get that the likes to 10, if you don't mind? So let's see whether we can see what we were looking at. Whether we can see that chart again on the website. Okay, yes, we can. You can see that's what I was talking about. It's better represented here. You can see how it was extended nicely and gently. Yes, and yeah, okay, yes. I even didn't even realize the mad folks came. Yes, they joined here. But it was when it fell out of pattern. It fell below all of its short and intermediate moving averages. You can see how the moving averages were all bunched up together and trading together. People, they had the belief in the stock. They know that it's going somewhere. Very very tiny float. People were just being civil, and it fell off the pattern, and then there they came and they pumped money into the stock. It skyrocketed for how many sessions up till 30th of September. Then okay, some were there to make money. Indeed, like everybody is there to make money. They went away so rapidly and retraced for a couple of sessions, but got some support from the 10-day moving average. That's good, indicating that not everybody, even probably those who just joined of late may still have their confidence in the stock, and it's extended from there, to 8.27, and now we're seeing in this pre-market that it's just slightly up, but there's no guarantee that it will remain up there. But technically, the stock is a stock to watch. And it could be a buy as well. It doesn't have to always be the deep opportunity. Of course, if you get a deep right, if it retraces into a deep territory, yes, by all means, that's a good time to buy it. It's the best time to buy. You're buying deep at a deep discount, but it doesn't also mean that when it has started to move, that it's no longer a buy as well. Because if you check the time you may have lost while it was in the deep and trying to come out, as against where it is now, you could be money, but you could have wasted maybe 3 months waiting for it to come out from the deep. But some folks who just got in there in 2 days may have also made as much as you made after you have been there for 2 months. So this is not to say that the deep opportunity is not the best anymore, but it's amongst other things. It's one of them, one of the best. It is the best, yes. Okay, so thank you, Cloud Examiner. Thank you. Yes. Okay, Okay, so if you have any other stock you want us to have a look at, let's quickly have a look at them, and let's see. There may be other stocks in the move. I've been criticized before for not looking at the stocks that are also not doing so well. Indeed, we that doesn't have to strictly be the ones that are doing well. Okay, so you can see what I'm saying. AMPY Energy has been on this number one for several sessions now. I think it's gradually getting to 2 weeks. So these are some of the ones on the move. We can see another one, Btbt, up 20.86%. Yeah, well, I'm going to look at all the ones that are not doing so well. Okay, so Progenity and Btbt. So let's dive in and see what we can make of them. So let's come back to Street Smart Edge, PED, Btbt. Okay, up 7.58% in this live session, 1 minute pre-market live session. The market is opening in about 4 minutes, so let's see whether we can. Okay, PED. Yeah, MC. Okay, not doing so well, I guess, but the times are gonna come back. I believe they have not given up on they have not given up on AMC. They have not, because the critics are still talking about them. So it's war. I mean, if AMC, I know AMC for certain. I mean, the critics have not left the stock, and also the meme folk have not either. I mean, they're not going to. I mean, this is an argument. Do you want to lose the argument? No. So you don't want to lose the argument, and even though it's silent now, they have not gone away, and I think they're still selling it short. So okay, let's let's see what's going on with okay, you can see, yeah, Btbt, PED stock. Also, it's proven, moving sideways for the best part of this year, and then sometime in August reached the 52-week low, and then started to rally, quite steeply, and it sustained it till middle of September. Went sideways, but it was sideways consolidation, and then suddenly again went out, saw a spike, I think on the 30th. Suddenly spiked again on the 1st of October and pulled back. Good, you can see that. You can see the fact that it never really fell below that 10-day moving average. It's a good sign, very good sign. some market technicians will say this is really good. Never fell below its 10-day moving average. It's just an indication that the rally is it's an indication that it may not retrace any further. It's an indication that it's on the move up. You can see that, and we're now seeing higher highs now, higher highs and higher lows. So that's some good indication for PED stock. But okay, yes, I know it's very expensive. Was it a very expensive penny stock? Yeah, it's not very expensive. It's a penny stock. So yes, easily it's also another stock you have to put on your radar. Okay, just like CEI, it's oil related as well. We all know that we are facing energy issues at the moment. So it's up 6.31%. So can we find a forecast for PED stock? Can we forecast? Let's see. Let's try and see. Okay. Okay, let's use prices from sometime early last month. Okay, we have this since it's been extending. So let's use this low of 1.14, and the high of 1.35. We'll find a difference. The difference will be 0.21, and let's see whether we can use another set of figures. We have this low of, okay, we start off from where we stopped, 1.35 as a low, and use this high of 1.47, and we'll find the difference. The difference will be 0.12. So we added two differences, and we will, okay, the market is open. So we have been interrupted, but we will just quickly round it up, and then we'll see what CEI is doing in the main session. 0.21 plus plus 0.12 is going to give us 33, divided by 2 is going to give us 0.165 times, times 100% is the same figure. So if you add it to 1.98, where it's okay, that's not where it is, 0.165. okay, yes, let's add it to 1.98, 2.145. yeah, 2.145. so that's quite modest, realistic. 2.145. let's see where it is. So it's reachable, it's doable. So if you even do a 161.8%, it would even be higher. So yeah, let's uncheck these boxes and see what's going on. Yes, indeed. Yes, it's a big war. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we are with PED now, up 9%, and our extension, our price target is 2.145 for PED. You can easily reach that. Yes, we are almost there as well. Okay, we're 2. Okay, yes, we trace now. We've just reached it now. We've reached the target, and we slightly fell below that. So we got that one. So we were spot on that one on PED. So let's see what's going on with CEI. Camber Energy up 34%. So it's sustaining it. We hope it stays there and extends further and further and further. %, 36, 35, 34.83. So Fingers crossed. Will it reach there? Will it extend further? Yes, there's a good chance it can. The volumes are exploding right now. So while we're here, let's look at Ccxi 80.5, 80.2%. So let's see PED again and see 2.145. Okay, it just slightly touched our target of 2.145. So let's look at Progenity, PROG. Progenity is down 3.51%. Okay. So let's see whether we can make anything out of this Progenity. Yeah, if you just join us, thank you very much, and leave us a thumbs up. Let's get going. Okay, while we wait for that to load, we can see it's pulling up again. It's now above its volume weighted average price, but below all of its moving averages. So let's see what the options are saying on. Okay, so we have Progenity before we. Okay, so yeah, some time ago we drew this sort of trend lines, and we can see this. We saw that it had a push upwards, and it was well ahead, well away from it's reached this high of, or okay, what I call it cycle high of 3.96, and retraced all again. So, but you can see that when it retraced, it started to move sideways, but suddenly it broke out of pattern and it has extended, and then when it pulled back, it has never fallen again below all of it, any of its moving averages. But let's see what's going on right now in this live session. It may have fallen below that moving 50-day moving average. Yeah, okay, still above that 50-day moving average. That is good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. It has been retracing, but still ahead of its all of its moving averages, apart from obviously the 200-day moving average. So that 200-day moving average is still sloping bearishly downwards. So it's also an indication that caution is warranted. So let's look at what CEI is doing. It's up 32% or more. Camber Energy, so we're trying to look at the options. CEI. Okay, it has lost some value now, and it's converged, getting some support from its 10-day moving average. This is the live model. This is the closest you can get to what's going on with the stock right now. So it has lost some value. Let's see if we can get what the volumes are like right now in this session. Okay, 161 million has already exceeded its shares outstanding volume. So based on daily model now, it's still it's trading in between its 10 and the 20-day moving average. So it's still a very technically good time to get involved. Technically, you know, but obviously, if you get involved, there's no guarantee that it will extend. So we can see also that we're seeing some bullish signs here. The fast line has crossed the slow line on this 14-period slow stochastic oscillator, but it's still indicating that the stock is still oversold. But in the previous session, it was rallying. These indicators were in the oversold territory, but they're still there right now. Okay, have they exited? I think they have. Okay, the fast line has exited the oversold territory. The slow line is still there. So that's some positive sign there. And the RSI is also improving for AMPY energy. Okay, still losing some value. Now the gain is now down to 20.51%. Okay, so it's now tipping over now. Has now crossed the 10-day moving average. This is based on the 1-minute model. Will it continue to retrace? There's no guarantee that will be the case. There's no guarantee. Will it continue to? Will it rise again? We don't know for sure. But it has the momentum there, and I think it will continue to extend. You know, maybe not today, but it's definitely a stock to watch, and it's things have gone wrong. The market has collapsed. The broader market has collapsed, and even that time, even with all of that collapse, the CEI was still the most active of stocks. So I think the money has not even been made. People haven't. It's still trading within the sort of ranges it was trading. People are still hungry, and it's a penny stock as well. It's optionable, and that's what's also keeping it vibrant, I think. You know, so looking at the options, we have the most popular now is now that still the $2 strike, followed by the $3 strike. This is the October 15 series. These are expiring next Friday, and you can see there's a huge difference here. People prefer that $2 strike. They're still, I think they are much more confident with that $2, it seems. But indeed, others are expecting it to, reach $3 and even up to $6. You can evidently see that. It mustn't be that they are expecting it to reach there, but there's money to be made as well. These, for you to get involved with this, just only $15, and it's still, any movement will also add some value to it. So yes, it's not only that they're speculating it that they would extend, they're also there to make money as well. We can also still see that is still the case. The $2 strike is still very popular. It has a volume for this session is now so far 2,169. The open interest is 10,148. So yes, and in January as well, that is still the case. It's still the most popular, the $2 strike. Yeah, so yes, AMPY energy at 2.185, now in between its 10 and the 20-day moving averages. So let's see, there might be other stocks that are on the move apart from CEI and Ccxi. some other ones may have exploded elsewhere. So let's see whether we can find them. Yes, I know we have to look at the other ones that are not doing so well. There might be opportunities there. Let's see. Okay, price increase. Okay, chemocentrics is the most the highest of them all. Next one is Reshape Life Sciences. Okay, let's see. Let's look at RSLS. Reshape Life Sciences. Okay. It has pulled back and it's now in between its 10 and 20-day moving averages, but they're all strongly bullish. But momentum has collapsed. The MACD, sorry, the fast line of the MACD is below the slow line. Yeah, it's below that. So momentum is has waned a bit, but it's moving up again, challenging that 10-day moving average. Reshape Life Sciences. There might be some news out there concerning the stock. Okay, there isn't any news. There may be news, but we don't know that yet. Okay, let's look at Effector Therapeutics, EFTR. Okay, before we look at that, RSLS is now ahead of its 10-day moving average, spiking again. Spiking. EFTR, Effector Therapeutics. It's up 14.31%, but trading below its 10 and volume weighted average price. Okay, so let's have a look again at CEI. CEI currently trading at $2.15, $2.16. So let's see whether we can forecast this sort of prices we expect it to extend to. Let's see whether we can get a forecast for CEI. Okay, we have having trouble there. So let's okay, let's just leave it there. We may be able to pick up the prices from here, the daily model. So it's from this high of 2.152, 2.1262, and this low of 0.92. If we can pick a difference, we will have 1.2 is the difference. So if it's going to extend by $1.2, would it extend to 3.6? Is it possible? Yeah, it can extend to 3.6. So is that possible for CEI to extend to $3.6? Yes, there's every chance it can do that. So we still, based on what it has done of late, we leave in that target of $3.6 for CEI stock. So right now it's okay, it's losing some value now, That's usually the case. Sometimes in the live session it may not continue to extend. So let's look at Ccxi. Ccxi 7.73.91% is the gain. It's now attacking its decline in 200-day moving average. It's now has converged with it now. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is strongly bullish, and the fast line is has crossed the slow line and extending. The RSI is at 90.66, so the stock is seriously bullish. But we expect it to retrace in the coming sessions and bring it back into pattern. Maybe if it doesn't bring it back into pattern, then that's good. It has moved up levels, and there's every chance it will continue to extend there. But there's this expectation that the drug its drug that was approved in Japan will also be approved in the US. So that may have also been traded in the has also been traded in, but never say never. So fingers crossed, still has some more news to come out with. So let's look at AMPY. Amplify Energy Corp is now has converged with its volume weighted average price. Okay, so yeah, we had a forecast of, I think, 5.68 for. We had a first forecast based on the 216.8% extension level. We got a target of $6.69. Yeah, it looks quite ambitious. But the other one, the second price target based on the 100% extension level, we got a 5.68 for Amplify Energy Corp. So is there any chance that will happen? Well, fingers crossed. Never say never. So right now it has only gained 0.89%. Okay, so let's look at DATS. That chart. Okay, that chart is up 8.64%. It's currently now trading below its 10 and 20-day moving averages. This is based on the live 1 minute model right now. So let's quickly have a look at the daily model and see what's going on with that chart Inc. Okay, so it hasn't been trading for some time, so it's quite spartan. So right now it's trying to challenge its volume weighted average price. So it retraced of late and they did break support. It has a couple of supports around even much lower, so it didn't fall too much, but at the same time it fell below the 10 and 20-day moving average, and it's gradually moving up. Well, that retracement wasn't so wonderful, but fingers crossed it's moving up again gradually. We don't have any price target for it at the moment, so let's move on to Palt, Paltalk, P-A-L-T. T-A-L-T. Paltalk. Okay, Paltalk is up 3.14% in this 1 minute live session. So let's look at the daily model. This is a 1 minute model. Let's look at the daily model. Yes, thank you all for joining us in this live session and remaining there. Thank you very much. So far the volume is 2.128 million shares. You can see it pulled back. We saw that it broke out of pattern at some point. You can see that, and rose to this high of 10.57 on the 30th of August. Sorry, of September. Pulled all the way down to 7.02 on the 6th of October, and since that time now it has moved up. So it's good. It's good even though on the different chart it's indicating that it's got some support from that 10-day moving average. So but here it's indicating it's fell below that, but still very good. There, although at least it didn't fall close to the 20-day moving average, which can be deemed as a positive. And since that time, it has been, in the last session, that was that of the 7th, it extended, and now in this session it's extended. That's some very some positive signs. We can see that the first line of the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator has crossed this low line and extending, and the RSI is improving. So did we determine any sort of price targets for for Palt chart? I think we determined price target of about 8.28. That's very modest, I think. I'm not sure if that is the case, but easily I think the stock will definitely exceed $9 easily. It would definitely exceed $9. You can see the bullishness the stock was exhibited nicely and decently. It was when it traced below all of its moving average. They were all bunched up and moving together for the best part of this year, 2021, and suddenly some people took their money out or probably shorted it. They wanted to disrupt the whole system, and they did slightly, and it actually succeeded in making it look chaotic. You can see the disorder that suddenly sprung out here. So going by that, we still expect the stock to remain volatile and continue to extend. So let's put the price target that we put it easily. Can we say 950? Yes, this is just random. We have not calculated that. So moving on to EFTR. Okay, so it's also pulled back below all of its moving averages. Not so wonderful. That's not very good. But even at that, it's trying to redeem itself. And I believe this is not the first session is running up this gains, but fingers crossed. The underlying trend is still also still bullish. So yeah, let's quickly have a look at PED. So PED is up 14.65%. You can see on this daily model it has now exceeded all of its moving averages. Got some support from just above its 10-day moving average. This is really good. You can see that pulled back and never fell below any of its moving average. So it's even much more. It's much more not as noisy as not as popular as CEI. So yes, if you are not very keen on CEI, or if you want to balance things out as well, Kamba Energy, if you want to balance things out, even though they are pretty much in the same sector, this is looking well as well. The technicals for PED, PEDEFCO, is even much more, it's better actually, better than the signals are better than it is with CEI. So PEDEFCO is up 13.67%, even though CEI may be higher than it is right now. So let's see. So CEI is up 21.8%,